A report by Axios tells us that Mayor Pete Buttigieg may be appointed as US ambassador to China. Pete is one of the rising stars in the Democratic Party. All of 39 years old, he is smart, intelligent, and more than all of that, he knows when to speak and what to speak. If you listen to him, he comes out as someone who is thoughtful, has the ability to go on the attack without being disrespectful, a quality that has gone sorely missing in today's politics.
Pete is a very classic kind of Democratic rising star. Much like Bill Clinton, he went to an elite college and got a Rhodes Scholarship, and then went back home to the not traditionally liberal state that he grew up in and tried to make a name for himself there. Obama also wasn't a super experienced candidate. What people have connected to about Buttigieg is that he has a rhetorical ability to cast conventionally liberal ideas in a kind of moderate frame.
Disarm domestic abusers. This is common sense. And we've already decided that this is within the Second Amendment, and that's not unconstitutional, it's common sense.
That's a skill that has traditionally been rewarded and has turned out well for Democrats.
That's one way Pete has set himself apart from his rival.
The one great thing that happened during the Democratic primary was candidates dropped out instead of holding on to a losing campaign. In 2015, the four-way competition between Trump, Rubio, Cruz, and Kasich was the reason behind Trump's win. Had the other three consolidated under one candidate, Trump would have never become the nominee. By the time they were ready to drop out, Trump had already made it to the top. That did not happen during the Democratic primary because candidates like Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, and Warren could have held on and dragged the primary, but they all dropped out. And it did help Biden win the Democratic nomination. Biden has often compared Pete Buttigieg with his late son, Beau.
When I called Pete when he got out, which surprised me when he said he was going to suspend his campaign, I didn't ask Pete to endorse me, but I called him and told him that we needed him to stay engaged. We needed him badly to be involved. Because when he talked in the campaign, in the debates about passing the torch to the next generation, that's absolutely essential. And I am absolutely confident, with further exposure of the nation to Pete and to all he stands for and all he'll do and all he can do, that there is no limitation on what this man can get done. And the fact that he's prepared to help me means a great deal to me. I don't think I've ever done this before, but he reminds me of my son, Beau. And I know that may not mean much to most people, but to me it's the highest compliment I could give any man or woman. And that is that, like Beau, he has a backbone like a ramrod.
Beau, and appointing Pete, who is seen as the potential president someday, as an ambassador to China, is not without precedent. President Ford appointed George H.W. Bush Sr., as the ambassador to China, and then Bush went on to become Reagan's vice president, and then he became the president of the United States. It is still early, and Pete may be appointed to some domestic leadership position, but I do hope he picks up the ambassador's post if he gets the offer. Thanks for watching.